Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's my guy knows a guy. NBA betting today. Another day. It's Friday. Hey, it's my favorite day of the week. Sorry about that, everyone. I can actually hear myself through the speaker. 1 second. It's always some sort of difficulty, but hey, we're getting it together. We're learning as we go along. Everyone's in the chat waiting. Pocket QB Lamar Jackson. How's it going, bro? Raniel, Yoda. How's it going, everyone? Jay, Kingy, Georgie. We're going to get to some games, some picks right now. I posted a few props earlier. The line shifted once again, but not the actual line. The actual pay has shifted this time, but it's still some good value on the three props that I posted earlier. What's going on, Mike Huncho? I'm here. Sorry about that. Actually, I'm not going to watch the games here, so when I'm done, I'm actually gonna leave. Shout out to everyone that's been riding with the success, recent success. We're gonna just keep going for what we know. We're gonna try to learn as we go, make as much as we can, but don't just always bet responsibly. And I appreciate everyone watching the videos and hitting the like button, everything, just interacting, whether you're playing or not. Even if you don't agree, I know some of the spots are very contrarian, but we're trying the best we can. I'm just gonna roll my system and keep going. A couple people laughing at the OKC hat. You gotta help your brothers while they're down. The OKC Thunder. You have to help your brothers while you're down. They're in the dirt right now. Let me just retweet this. We're gonna get to the picks right now. Big slate tonight, though. Big slate. We have some injury news coming in right now as well. So let's get to it. Just sent a retweet out for everyone to jump in here who might be waiting on the picks. But yeah, how'd you guys feel about yesterday's games? It was pretty bad with the pacing of the Bulls-Knicks game. It was pretty fast. Not what I expected there. And then we had the Bucks hit job. But pretty much everything else was a go yesterday. I saw the board very accurately. I took some time to watch the odds today, the odds movement as well. So let's just see what's changed from this morning and see if we can just get on the right side for some of these games. You don't have to bet them all. How's it going, Nikki? Evil, crazy name, Evil Energy, it's crazy. Nikki, Eric, let's get to it. I'm going to pull up the odds on sportx.bet right now, and I'm going to list off some of the picks like yesterday and just give you some of my thoughts so you know maybe why I'm picking some of the games. I'm kind of keying in on certain teams as well, so let's give it a try. What's up, Armstrong? What's up, William? Akbar, let's go. Beautiful day to be alive. Exactly. Just have to enjoy it, you know? You know, even if you lose, there's going to be days where you lose. So you just have to enjoy it and try to find something that pleases you, you know? We've all been there. All right, so we can also see some money splits as well and some updated odds on sportx.bet, crypto sportsbook owned by its community. If you're outside the US watching the stream right now, I highly advise that you sign up on sportx.bet and then send me a DM on Twitter at myguyknowsaguy. And yeah, we have something for you. Let's keep it going. Noel, Jamrocks, L Props, Musa, let's go. Okay, so moving in on this Wizards Cavs game. We see the Wizards, the line has shrunk. The super dog value with the Cavs has disappeared, okay? There are people out there who really got rich off this Cavs team. I'm not the type to jump into the party very late when it comes to full game spreads. I'm a big believer of trying to anticipate trends rather than riding trends. But there is one trend that's very glaring in this game, and it's so glaring that I'm going to bet it. And it's the Cleveland Cavaliers first quarter. +1. The Cavaliers first quarter +1. I'm locking that in. Tank mode OKC. You already know. So yeah, I'm gonna roll with the first quarter for +1 for the Cavaliers. Let me just list off some of the other plays that I had in this one. I have Spencer Dinwiddie over 1.5 threes made. Shout out to everyone that had some time to watch the video earlier. I posted a short video earlier in the morning. Some people just want a couple of picks, you know, so I posted a short video early in the morning. So if you enjoy it, let me know. But I did post Spencer Dinwiddie over 1.5 threes. That's minus 140. So, not everyone's going to jump on that unless maybe you're combining it with something else. But I think Spencer Dinwiddie will hit that. He has a solid track record of getting to 2 threes, and it's a quality matchup for him against an undersized backcourt for the Cavaliers. It might be another one of those over 1.5s they hit kind of quick. That's what I'm hoping for at least. So something else I had that was a lean, but I didn't play it, was Kuzma's rebounds. It's pretty tough against this Cavaliers team. They throw out a lot of bodies, larger bodies, onto the court at the same time. But that game, even though they won against the T-Wolves, Kuzma's energy was not there. He's kind of an up and down player. He might get, that's a lean. I didn't play that though. Shout out to everyone that was watching at the end of the video yesterday though that took that Keldon Johnson over 6.5 rebounds. I didn't play it myself, but you guys were asking for plays for the Blazers Spurs, and that was the only one I had. So I like Cavs first quarter +1, and I like Spencer Dinwiddie over 1.5 threes made. I lean towards his points too, though. Dinwiddie 13.5 points. I lean towards the over for that too. Just listing it out. When you look at this Cavaliers team, hopefully it's not an instance of me jumping on something and the trend has ended. I tend to not want to do that with the full game, but the first quarter is just, don't bet the house on it though. The trend, let's just see if it continues. This team with the Cavaliers is very good in the first quarter and the first half, and they're playing a different style of basketball that's sort of catching a lot of their opponents off guard. Do I like Cavs money line for the full game? No play for the full game for me. No play for the full game for me. Eric said he thinks Garland will eat. Darius Garland and Jared Allen might end up being considered a star duo now. You see the sample size and the production that they're putting forth, right? Garland and Jared Allen. It's a really good combination. It's very potent. So if those two guys can stay healthy, I mean, they're going to break through in the next year or two, really maybe be a playoff team. You never know. Play-in team at least. I'm not going to go that far this year, but because I do think that there's going to be a stretch coming where they do fade off, and but the odds right now are respecting them to the point where they're saying this is a 50-50 game. These two teams just played as well. I believe that's the game. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. They just played 3 weeks ago, right? Kuzma hit that shot. Kuzma hit the game-winning shot, right? The 3. It's a close game. But yeah, I leaned Dinwiddie's points, but I took his threes. Thought that was a bit safer. I don't like to use that word, but I thought that was a bit safer. We can get out of this one though, to the Pacers Heat game. Now, I just didn't have a quality angle for this team. I'm tracking the Pacers. With or against them. Okay, this is a team we're going to find a lot of profitable opportunity. A lot of profitable opportunities will present themselves with the Pacers in the near future. But I don't think that chance is tonight. This line is, I didn't really know what to make of it. They're -5.5. There's a lot of key guys missing for the Heat. You could make an argument that the Pacers should be favored by even more than 5, So I thought the Heat maybe will compete early in this game. No props or anything. The Heat right now are a team that we don't know, because there are gonna be a couple of games without Jimmy and Bam where they just come forth with a strong effort where the rest of the guys stand up. But I'm just not gonna bet on too many Heat games right now until they just get whole again. At least get Jimmy back, At least get Jimmy back. Maybe they'll compete early, but yeah, Duncan Robinson is a bounce back candidate, I believe, though, for this game. By force, even. Even in the first game without Jimmy, I believe he played poorly. You look at they've lost to the Nuggets, and I'm just observing the Heat right now. No plays for the Heat Pacers game. Let me know what you guys like though. Travis said he likes Duncan Robinson, 3-point prop, plus 230. Nice. I'll take a look at that. This guy said I hate the Pacers so much. The Pacers have caused a lot of pain and agony because their games go exactly the opposite of whatever you anticipate. You think of the common sense result for the Pacers, and then the outcome of the game is the exact opposite. That's just the way it is. You can go backwards 3 years. Just look at the sample size. Now, they are missing T.J. McConnell, though. I'm a fan of T.J. McConnell. Is that what it is, Robinson? Let me pull up his game logs. I'll pull it up while I move on. I'll speed up past this game just because I didn't have much, but I'll pull up the game logs onto the side here and look at that Duncan Robinson prop while I move on to the Hawks game. 1 second. All right, let me move on to the Hawks game. Thanks for watching the video. If you guys can hit like, also go follow SportX Project on Twitter. The platform you see on the screen is sportx.bet. You earn crypto while you bet on the games, amongst many other things. Okay, moving on to the Hawks and I have my stats up now. The Hawks and the 76ers. Okay, yeah, so obviously we have an incomplete sample size with them being whole, the Philadelphia 76ers. They came into this season in a tumultuous state. They're exactly 11-11 against the spread. The Hawks had a horrendous start because of their play on the road, but they've been much better over the course of the last 2 weeks. What's up, Jer? Silky Man, what's up, bro? 412 here. Felix, how's it going, dog? Let's keep it going. Nima, how's it going? Yeah, so the Hawks had a terrible start to the season, but they've really picked it up as of late. It doesn't really matter who's in and out of the lineup. We know DeAndre Hunter's going to miss some time, one of their promising young stars. Cam Reddish, actually, I'm really tripping right now as well. Let me pull up the injury reports for this game because Cam Reddish, what's the Cam Reddish news in the last maybe... Okay, we have Karl Anthony Towns as a game-time decision. That was about 13 minutes ago. We have Aaron Holiday available to play. This is Wizards news for the previous game. Danny Avdia, he will play today. Was suffering from an illness. And then we have any other key news from what we've already talked about. Just some stuff for tomorrow. Vassell, some Spurs news. Yeah, we did get the news that Tobias Harris is out, though. That is relevant to what we're talking about now, which is the 76ers and the Hawks. Tobias Harris is out. They hit us with that about an hour ago. He is effective. He was somewhat effective in the first couple of games of that playoff series before he faded off. But, you know, it's a very tight line. The Hawks are undermanned. We projected it correctly with the win against the Pacers. They were undermanned in that scenario. Might be a little different in the second game. For me, it was difficult to find an edge on the spread in this game, although I still lean towards the Hawks. It was difficult for me to find the edge in this game, although I lean towards the over. I still lean towards the over, although both teams are undermanned. Still no news on Cam Reddish right now. But as I said earlier, I took Clint Capella over 11.5 rebounds at plus 100. I also like his points. They're also they were plus money, over 12.5 points for Clint Capella. I like that in this game. I like Tyrese Maxey over 14.5 points. Tyrese Maxey over 14.5 points in this game as well. I don't like them as much as the Capella rebounds, but those are bets that I'm making in this game. Those are bets that I'm making in this game. Yeah, Tobias Harris has one of the worst contracts in the NBA. Top 5 worst contract. Kingy, no, I picked him in the first quarter, plus 1. I picked the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Cavs, plus 1 and for the first quarter. Jacob is saying the Wizards money line. Just listed a couple more picks for this Hawks 76ers game. Tyrese Maxey over 14.5 points. Clint Capella over 12.5 points. That's around plus money. I already bet the rebounds earlier. A little more on the 3 that I said earlier. Not betting as much today, but we'll just take it every day. Every day is a different day. Is it? Oh, it's up. It was 14.5 earlier. That's crazy. Oh yeah, that's because of the Tobias Harris news. That's what it is. Thanks for correcting me. I still think he can hit that number. If you're gonna take 17.5 for Tyrese Maxey, maybe go small on that. That's a sharper number. But if Cam Reddish doesn't play, we already know Bogdanovic and Hunter, some of their other perimeter players that have size to combat Tyrese Maxey, they're not playing. So, yeah, it's tricky now. Hawks are 2.5, minus 2.5 still on SportX right here. I lean towards the Hawks, man. I lean towards the Hawks in this game. But I'll just roll with the Capella stuff for now. Updating the injuries. So I've already listed the Cavs first quarter +1. I have listed the Capella points, Capella rebounds. Tyrese Maxey, small. Thank you, Joe. It's coming fast. Let me pull up some more stuff in this game. I think Sixers team total over might be a go, but that was just a lean. Yeah, I mean, why not ride the Trae Young wave? He's trying to throw his hat into the MVP race. I know that sounds crazy at this stage right here, but Trae Young really has turned it on recently. I haven't played many superstar picks, but maybe just observe it. We were on Kevin Huerter last game. John Collins was a loss, but we had the 2 wins with Kevin Huerter. I took Cavs +1 for the first quarter, and I took Capella points and Capella rebounds. I'm about to move on to this. I like the Maxey, but Tobias is out, and they raised the number to 17.5. It was 14.5 early. If you had information about Tobias Harris being out, could have crushed it with Tyrese Maxey. Load it up. Check out my page on Twitter. So I think John Collins, he's an agile big that likes to play on the perimeter. Players of his skill set, they do perform very well. John Collins did not perform too well against the Pacers. He turned it on late. I thought he was going to cash for us, actually. But he only put up 8 field goals. We need a more aggressive John Collins tonight. I think that's what's in the game plan and in the recipe for the Hawks tonight, is to try to combat some of the size for the Philadelphia 76ers. You have Embiid, you have Drummond. We need a high motor John Collins tonight. 20 points John Collins tonight. That's what we need. The Thunder are a disgrace to the NBA. I just wanted to say that one time. Some money on the Jazz coming in. Big money on the Warriors. You see that bet on the bottom of the screen? Oh, SportX, someone just put 3,000 on Warriors minus 7.5. We're going to get to that game in a second. Suns, Warriors. That's the key. Those are the key words today. Suns, Warriors. I hear a lot of people saying blowout. Yeah, if you have any questions about your tickets and the plays that you're making, props, totals, anything, let me know. I leaned the under in the Wizards-Cavs game too. Didn't bet that. Yeah, we just look at these teams zooming in for the last couple of games. I'm going to move on to this T-Wolves game. We know Cat's a game time decision, but I do have a line that I snatched in that game. I'll get to it right now. One second. Just let me pull up something about the last 3 games about the Sixers. No play for me on the total or the side for this Sixers-Hawks game. The 76ers games, I'm not playing too many totals and sides for them. Sort of like the Pacers. They're sort of in Pacers territory. Not in terms of quality, much more higher quality team. You know, they're going to make the playoffs, do very well. But very erratic results. They're a live betting team. I need to key in on the Philadelphia 76ers for live betting. Let me know your picks in the chat too. Let me know who you guys like in those college football conference title games as well. A lot of college football action, I already know this. Okay, so Nets T-Wolves. Nets T-Wolves, I snatched, it wasn't +8, but I did get +7.5 with the T-Wolves, anticipating that Cat will play. I'm going to have to eat this L if he does not play. Try to hedge out somehow, or maybe watch the beginning of the game and try to live bet, or, excuse me, everyone. I snatched T-Wolves +7.5. I like the play. It's everything outside the U.S. Sometimes that's how they format the odds, where the home team will be on the top. All the home teams are on the top. Yeah, the Cavs are a public dog. You're right. I just took them for the first quarter. Similar scenario to the Suns yesterday against the Pistons. I like the T-Wolves +7.5. I'm going to start to fade this Nets team for a bit until they show us that they can kick it into high gear and go into a stretch of 3 or more games. You're right. You're absolutely right. Thanks for that. I think that with the mobility of Cat, that they can get this done, possibly win outright, maybe the first half. +7.5 for the full game is a bet that I felt comfortable taking. Back-to-back scenario for the first game of a back-to-back for the Nets. This is a team that's playing. I'm not going to say that they're a doormat. They're not. The T-Wolves team is now. They're here. They're a team that's making a bit of noise. They're an above-average team. But I think that they can compete just with their style of play. You know, the way that they get to the free throw line, their young mobility, the way that they play in transition, their defense, the steals they force. It's just that they don't really play it well at the end of games. I wanted to sprinkle the money line on the T-Wolves, but they don't really finish games. I can see them jumping out early in this game and the Nets somehow not covering, coming back and not covering or something like that, you know? So we just got an alert as well. Houston Rockets rookie Jalen Green will miss another week. It's What's Up, though, said he sprinkled Curry +40+ points. So much value in the +920. So that's my favorite player, bro. It's crazy. We're going to get to that in just a second. Big game tonight. So, T-Wolves +7.5 for me. I think that the Nets continue their non-cover streak, and hopefully we get Cat in this game. If you're not riding on this one, I definitely understand. I do have a prop. For this one. It's in alignment with the health situation of Karl Anthony Towns. Let me pull it up. Just see if the market opened. Yeah, this one is very risky, but I'm going to sprinkle D'Angelo Russell over 3.5 threes for +115. You guys heard me? Just was locking that in. But sprinkled D'Angelo Russell over 3.5 threes made at +115. And I have Timberwolves +7.5. I didn't go too big on these, but these are two spots that I like. The Nets are sleeping. And if we get Cat, it's a major mismatch. I just don't like how this team self-destructs in the fourth quarter sometimes. I'm not going to bet on the Rockets Magic game, although I lean towards the under, 216.5. Let me pull up some thoughts on this Mavs team that seems to be a bit resurgent, based on it's only one game, but they did play very well offensively. Sometimes you just need a performance like that where you get a lot of team assists, like the Mavericks did against the Pelicans the other day. They spread the love amongst everyone. They put up a lot of points. Sometimes you just need that to turn the corner. Now they're playing the same opponent again. The line's down to +6.5. Let me pull up some information for Mavs Pelicans. We got the Wizards starting lineup. Gafford's in. He was never listed, but it's Gafford, Dinwiddie, same lineup. Kuzma, Caldwell Pope, Beal. Lineups for the Wizards are out. Yeah, so it's a tough game. It's a tough game with the Pelicans in the back-to-back right here. I think we're going to get a lower scoring game the second time, though, out of force. We've seen some weird performances where the Pelicans are able to gut out these money line upsets on the road, but while playing excellent defense. It usually comes right after they get embarrassed. I like the heart that they've shown after their nearly historically poor start. I'm not taking the Pelicans, but this is one that I'm going to monitor live. Just looking for some more props as well, and looking for some more, looking at the movement of the total for Pelicans Mavs. Appreciate everyone watching the stream. We've been going for about 30 minutes. Hit the like button for me. Follow SportX on Twitter. Follow me, My Guy Knows a Guy on Twitter. Hit like on the video as well. Yeah, I said D'Angelo Russell over 3.5 threes. +115, I sprinkled it. No play on Cat's points. You have to think about the back injury too. It looked like it could have potentially been a very serious injury, right? If he was truly in severe pain where it was debilitating and he can't play tonight, I think he would have been ruled out for a couple of games, right? Instantly, the next day. Franchise guy right now, besides Edwards, right? Say, Wiz Kids, are you on the Wizards, Akbar, full game? We're getting through all the games. This is NBA betting today. We're going live, talking about the NBA games, picks, props, analysis. For everyone that's just joining us now, I've already taken the Cavaliers +1 in the first quarter, and I've taken Clint Capella's points over and his rebounds over. Spencer Dinwiddie over 1.5 threes as well. You like Luka over 2.5 threes? Okay, solid. Seth Curry, I didn't look at his stuff today. I didn't look at Seth Curry. Let me pull Seth Curry up. I'm multitasking. There's screens everywhere. The screen's everywhere. I got to enjoy it, right? We're enjoying it. I'm trying to go to that Raptors-Bulls game this month. Yeah, so we have Seth Curry just pulling up his game logs as well, comparing it to something else. I'm not sure about Seth Curry tonight. I'm not sure about Seth Curry. I think Maxey is going to be extremely aggressive against this Hawks team tonight without Cam Reddish and some of these other defenders out there. I think Embiid will have a decent game too. What's Embiid's threes? That's super risky, but someone in the chat, look up Embiid's three-point prop. What's up, HD? Danny, my guy. What's going on? What's going on, everyone? Yeah, I've got Cavs first quarter +1. I have Clint Capella over points, over rebounds as well, and Spencer Dinwiddie over 1.5 threes. I lean towards Spencer Dinwiddie's 13.5 points as well. I got the T-Wolves plus 7.5, and I have sprinkle on D'Angelo Russell over 3.5 threes plus 115. Pull up some of the refreshed odds right now. Yeah, I like the under though, 216. I think that, you know, if you look at the Pelicans' road performances, they've gone under 9 times out of 13 games. You know, Brandon Ingram's come back. It's given them recently things have definitely changed, but you just allowed 139 points, okay? You allowed 139 points. Even if you get blown out tonight, you have to slow the pace down. It's unacceptable. You're playing the same opponent twice. They do have a couple of pieces, but you know, Luka was a problem for these guys on the pick and roll. He was a problem. This game, as you can see by what I'm saying, I'm sort of torn on this game. I lean towards the under. Let me pull up some of the Pelicans props. Yeah, Valanciunas was completely X'd out of the game. Like, come on. I know Porzingis didn't have the most efficient night from 3, but, you know, he neutralized Valanciunas somehow in this game. I don't think that's going to happen tonight, bro. We might be adding something right now on this Pelicans game. Yeah, I like the Cavs first quarter. Embiid threes over 1.5 might be worth a sprinkle tonight because of just game planning. You know, I'm not an NBA coach, but I would try to drag Clint Capella out to the three-point line. The Sixers are already undermanned. Yeah, we might need to roll those JV rebounds. That was a mob game. His last prop game against the Mavericks, holy. Condolences to anyone that had Valanciunas props in that first matchup against the Mavs the other night. Pulling up his props for tonight, though. I see 10.5 in the chat. Another prop I do like as a sprinkle in the T-Wolves Nets game is Patty Mills over 3.5 threes plus 120, everyone. Patty Mills over 3.5 threes plus 120. Yeah, so far I've got Cavs plus 1 first quarter. Spencer Dinwiddie over 1.5 threes. Clint Capella over points. Clint Capella over rebounds. A little more on the rebounds. I have T-Wolves plus 7.5. I have a sprinkle on both D'Angelo Russell over 3.5 threes plus 115 and Patty Mills over 3.5 threes plus 120. And I lean towards Valanciunas rebounds as well. Valanciunas. Points or rebounds might be good there. Yeah, I can do that sometimes. I straight bet like 99% of the time, essentially. Hopefully Towns plays. More picks for these other games right here, so more picks for these other games. Let's move on. No more Pelicans Mavericks talk. Yeah, try to parlay less. I know everyone loves parlays, instant gratification, winning instantly. But if you want to like make money long term, which is already a difficult task with straight bets, right? It's already a difficult task. Play straight bets. Get your bankroll up. Let me check something, just something work related as well. 1 second, everyone. Let me continue. Nice. I like both, Danny. I like Patty Mills points with you over 12.5. Shout out to Danny, my guy. Shout out to HK. Shout out to Moneyline. Everybody. Stuck. J Bets. Let's go. Let's keep going. For sure. That's how parlays are. That's how the books are going crazy. Just people, the parlay culture. I call it the parlay culture. I lean towards Maxi's points, but the number was 14.5 before Tobias Harris was ruled out. Now it's 17.5. Now it's 17.5. Am I surprised by the Clippers-Lakers line movement? Not really. Okay, so moving on to the Jazz and the Celtics. Not too much here, but I do lean towards the Jazz in this game. I believe the Jazz turned the corner. I believe the Jazz turned the corner and they're going to go on a covering rampage like the Suns and the Warriors did. I don't know if this is the beginning of it now, but I'm trying to anticipate it. We know Jaylen Brown is out. I've capitalized with this Celtics team a couple of times without Jaylen Brown. They've performed well in a couple of spots without him. I just feel like tonight, this Jazz team, if they hit that threshold of so many team assists, they've been playing team ball, less ISO ball over the course of the last couple of games. And all of a sudden, before the last two games, it's a very small sample size. They were only shooting, 34% from three. Now you're getting a Jazz team that's over the last two games is up to close to 47% from three. We might be in the midst of a Utah Jazz team that's shooting the lights out and have figured things out, maybe figured out the new ball. You never know what's going on. I lean towards the Celtics competing in this game, maybe in the first quarter, first half, and making it a strong game and fading away as tons of money comes in towards the end of the game. It's crazy script, but that's how I see this one going. Strong lean towards the Jazz. I also have another sprinkle 3-point prop for everyone watching right now. Hit the like button. So this one's a bit pricier in a good way, but I like it. Mike Conley over 2.5 threes plus 150. Mike Conley over 2.5 threes plus 150 might be worth a sprinkle. I'm thinking that payout is incorrect. I think that pay is incorrect. I'll recap the picks in a second. I know the people that have been here the whole time, they're probably getting tired of me recapping all the same picks. It's like a speed bump every 5 minutes. But for everyone that just joined, I will recap the picks. I'm going to tweet some of the picks as well. I already tweeted some of them. Let's see what's come in on the injury news. Let's see. Anthony Simons ruled out. That's tomorrow. DeMarcus Cousins, that's tomorrow. Giannis, doubtful tomorrow. Oh, now they want to tell us. What Giannis and the Bucks did last night should be illegal. Straight up. Kevin Porter Jr. for the Rockets. He's a game-time decision. Madness. Getting to the Golden State game now. Phoenix versus Golden State. Hey, it's the big bad Suns, right? It's the big bad Suns. The money-making machines. What do you guys think about this game? I want to know what everyone's thoughts are on this game tonight. Who thinks the Warriors are blowing these guys out today? I've got the Suns first quarter plus 2.5. Suns first quarter plus 2.5 for me. That's official. I think that they come out and swing first, maybe gradually fade off towards the end of the game. The winning streak is in serious jeopardy tonight. We already know that. That's common sense. But I think the Suns are going to perform early in this game. Plus 2.5 first quarter. I lean towards the over. I know the line's coming down. I lean towards the over, though. I did not play it. Let me pull up some of the props as well. It's really sad Devin Booker's not playing in this game. Nate said Suns money line. Someone say he's waiting for a live bet. That's not a bad option. If you're not even betting on the game, I don't blame you anyway. Some people think might be too many points. I'm seeing a lot of Warrior support. It is pretty easy assumption to think that they've been waiting for these guys for days. You have Steph Curry, who does not really have those sorts of performances many times in a row. I do like Steph props tonight, though. I'm leaning towards Steph props, the points, and the threes tonight. Points and threes. Steph Curry. But I didn't bet it. I like Chris Paul over 16.5 points. Let me make sure that the odds are the same. I don't think the back-to-back's going to face Chris Paul too much tonight. That's just me. Suns first quarter plus 2.5. Might be another Jay Crowder night. I don't think he'll get to his points, but I think Jay Crowder could go over his 3-point prop again tonight. Again. Looking at the Warriors side of things, I'm pulling up that Chris Paul points prop for everyone. Then we're going to get to the Clippers and the Lakers, and then I'll recap all the picks. Wow, CP's up to 17.5. I'm not sure about that number, but I do think he's going to go guns blazing. Back-to-back. The entire narrative is against them, the back-to-back. We know they're human at the end of the day. People get tired. Everything's against the Suns tonight. It's a little too easy. Damn, they won't tell us if Karl Anthony Towns is playing. It's really making me mad. It's making me mad. They won't tell us if he's playing, everyone. So yeah, I've got Suns first quarter plus 2.5. I lean towards them. It's actually went up to plus 7.5. It's tough. The writing might be on the wall, everyone. The win streak might be coming to an end. But hopefully we'll see these teams play again further down the road, fully healthy, in good form. Maybe we'll get a playoff series with Klay Thompson, James Wiseman in the mix, Devin Booker. Maybe the Suns are going to add. I think they're going to add maybe one shooter to their bench, maybe at the trade deadline. I can see them doing that. Tonight, Jay Crowder threes might be in play, but I have the Suns first quarter plus 2.5. Just waiting for them to tell us if Karl Anthony Towns is playing or not, actually. And some Warriors props. Maybe we can build some Warriors props on their side right now. CP3 assists have been good on most nights. CP3. I'm not sure about tonight in terms of the minutes. Like, let's say they do lose badly. The minutes might not be there. But I played his points. I know that sounds counterintuitive. I'm going against what I just said, but I just chose between the two, and I think he's, going to try to add a scoring punch tonight, and try to just, throw everything on the line, to try to keep the winning streak going. I would like to see the winning streak going for the Suns. I think it's a good thing. Definitely a very profitable team to bet on in certain scenarios, live betting as well. This team is tough. This team is tough. Also, if you're watching on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. Let's keep it going. Pulling up some Warriors props right now. Sorry, everyone. We're zooming in on Jordan Poole. Hey, we can play some last minute stuff if we see value. I'll play it. Been playing a higher volume of bets, but you know. Yeah, so they just need so much more from Steph. They need more from Andrew Wiggins as well. Steph Curry snatched the headlines because of his poor performance, but you know, Andrew Wiggins played terribly as well, in my opinion. In my opinion. Going against the Suns team, you need a dynamic secondary scoring threat because they're so good at neutralizing your best player. The Suns are so good defensively at neutralizing the best player on the court, which is usually on the other team because it's crazy. Yeah, the Suns, they've earned a day off. The winning streak might be coming to an end today, although I still lean Suns. I know no one's really going to ride with that. Let's see how it goes. Let me know the Warriors props you guys played. Just pulling up Andrew Wiggins as well. He only attempted 1 3 in the last game. Very odd. Very odd. They need more from Andrew Wiggins tonight if they're going to win tonight. If Andrew Wiggins gives them 10 points tonight, the Warriors will lose at home. Yeah, I snatched Wolves, T-Wolves plus 7.5, anticipating Karl Anthony Towns to play, and if he doesn't, apologies to everyone that tailed. If he's out, I probably won't touch the game. I'll be looking to try to hedge out live, but you never know. It's a very strange situation that the spread has been hung that low for most of the day, and he could be questionable. I mean, he could not, and he may not play, you know? It's one of those games I'm willing to take the risk on and try to get ahead of it. T-Wolves. Also sprinkled D'Angelo Russell over 3.5 threes and Patty Mills over 3.5 threes. Both are plus money. Yeah, we might be adding Wiggins. I don't know. If he was just iced or was his head not in the game, we might be adding Andrew Wiggins threes, everyone. I'm just bear with me. Bear with me. It's plus 100. I'll add that. As a small play, I'll add that. I think Andrew Wiggins can, I mean, he just didn't attempt what he usually attempts. It's crazy. I don't think he was iced out to that degree. I don't recall who was guarding him most of the time. He just didn't get his shots up. He might get back to his usual output. It's crazy. I just said I leaned under for Pelicans Mavs, and Porzingis is out, everyone. Kristaps Porzingis is out. Crazy. Yeah, he's out. Porzingis is out, everyone. Absolute madness. Andrew Wiggins over 1.5 threes plus 100. I'm adding it. I'm not playing any under rebound props. They're very erratic. So many variables in the rebounding props. I was almost hesitant to play Capella's rebounds props today, but he's one of the few players that I will play. I don't play very many rebound props. I believe the blocks, rebounds, and steals props are very, very erratic and are just have much more of a random factor to them. The Pelicans line was moving before that news of the Porzingis came out. Someone knew and dropped a bag on the Pelicans. Trust me. Maxi Kleber will start. Maxi Kleber will start. The game might still go under, but no play now, though. It's weird. The news is coming in, though. The news is coming in right now. Going to tweet some plays out. Only one game at 7, I believe. 2 games at 7. We have the Cavs and the Wizards about to tip off, and the Heat Pacers about to tip off. Let me move the screen back up to the games that are about to come on. Still the same line for the Wizards and the Cavs. Yeah, I'm going to roll a Spencer Dinwiddie over 1.5 threes and that Cavs first quarter +1. I lean towards Dinwiddie over 13.5 points as well. I don't think that's a bad play. You guys want me to look at some stuff, some leans on the Cavs side? I can. I do think they're due for a regression in terms of their team total, but that's why I said I lean towards the under in this game. But I'm willing to take the risk with them in the first quarter. With them only being +3, they're essentially saying that this is a neutral court. This would be a 50-50 game. On the Cavs side of things, I'm just zooming into Evan Mobley because his steals prop has been very interesting. I know I just shitted on steals and blocks prop, but maybe we can, it's the last second though, but might leave it alone. So far I have Cavs. Take a second to subscribe too if you're watching on Twitter. So far I have Cavs first quarter +1. I have Spencer Dinwiddie over 1.5 threes. I have Suns first quarter +2.5. T-Wolves +7.5. I sprinkled D'Angelo Russell over 2.5 threes plus money. Patty Mills over 3.5 threes plus money. That's +120 and +115. Clint Capella over 11.5 rebounds. I also have his points prop over 12.5. That's plus money. I sprinkled Mike Conley of the Utah Jazz over 2.5 threes +150. Reggie Jackson. Oh, we're going to get to the Clippers game. Yeah, let's finish off with the Clippers game. I have Reggie Jackson over 2.5 threes made in this game. We'll finish off with the Clippers-Lakers, and then we'll get out of here. Hit the like button for me. Pull up the information right now. LeBron is back. He came out of health and safety protocols very fast. Twitter went off. LeBron points, huh? When I first saw the line this morning, I leaned towards the under. All right, so the Clippers might be adding some plays right now. Shout out to the betting army. Shout out to everyone watching right now as well. Just had to do a little retweet. We're going to continue right now. I'm going to recount the picks. The early picks I've already listed, so everyone that's been here, you can rewind a bit, but I've already said the early picks that I'm on. I have a couple of plays in the Cavs game. That's the only play, the only game out of the 2 early games between the Heat game and the Wizards game that I have plays on, which is the Cavs first quarter +1, and Spencer Dinwiddie over 1.5 threes. Okay, now I'm moving on to the Clippers, Lakers game. Should be interesting. 2 big games at 10 o'clock. ESPN, for the people in the U.S., they switched the games around for the nationally televised games. It was going to be the Lakers-Clippers game when LeBron entered health and safety protocols, and they actually switched it. They switched it. The Warriors-Suns game is the nationally televised game tonight. So we see the Clippers sliding a bit ATS. It coincides with them integrating Serge Ibaka. I'm going to call it what it is. Serge Ibaka has so far been a net negative for this LA Clippers team. They needed size for the minutes when Zubac was not on the court. Nicholas Batum hasn't been on the court, so they haven't been able to play with that supreme small ball style that they became accustomed to playing with Batum on the court, which allowed them to essentially stretch the court the way they wanted when Zubac was not on the floor. That's why I've been riding a lot of three-point props with this Clippers team, because there's been a lot of spacing, a lot of floor spacing for them, a lot of transition points. The problem with the Clippers is when the game slows down in the half court. Their half court offense is essentially Paul George to defeat someone with an isolation move, or Reggie Jackson to throw up a million threes. That's been their recipe for success. And teams, when they're playing these teams, it's pretty difficult in the West as well. They're playing these teams that have been able to defend them effectively on the perimeter. That if you're able to do that, the Clippers lose. They need Paul George and Reggie Jackson to snap at the same time. The funny thing is, I think both of those players can put forth good three-point shooting performances tonight. Reggie Jackson and Paul George. It's just that Paul George market I did not pay the closest attention to because I was zoned in with Reggie Jackson. Three-point prop today. I'm locked in with that. Shout out to everyone that watched the early video this morning. But we're going to take a look at Paul George's props right now, see if we can add something for this Lakers-Clippers game. I actually lean towards the Clippers in this game. I do not think their slide is going to continue. I'm still on the fade the Lakers, fade the Nets train. The Clippers have failed to cover 5 straight games. Crazy. We know that the Lakers have also been one of the least profitable teams against the spread in the NBA. Paul George, they really thought they were going to beat the Kings without Paul George the other day. That's the crazy thing. Josh Hart ruled out. For everyone that talked about that was here when I said I lean towards the Pelicans under, the players are dropping out. Josh Hart's out, Porzingis is out. Might be a more free-flowing game, but hey, that game is crazy to me. I'm glad I didn't really bet on it. Hit like on the video. Thanks, everyone. So Paul George did not play. I think Paul George, it's an assist play. It's a playmaking style of play. Dynamic playmaker Paul George tonight against the Lakers, everyone. I paused for a second because I looked at the box scores. I looked at the stats just now. Looked at some stuff head-to-head with LeBron. Paul George, LeBron. I think we could get playmaking Paul George tonight. Assist Paul George tonight. Rebounds. Crashing the glass. Okay? No play on the points. Coming off the rest game versus the Kings, it's tough. Super tough. Let me pull up the assist market, though. 1 second. Okay, so we have Paul George over 5.5 assists at plus 110. I lean towards that heavily. I might add that, everyone. Usually I'll come on here with a lot of official plays. I've been playing quite a high volume of bets. Apologies to everyone that wants even more bets, I've already listed quite a few, but I do lean towards Paul George over 5.5 assists at plus 110. I think he's going to get in a mode with his mindset to try to match LeBron's playmaking skills tonight. He usually does. It's not really a big brother, little brother thing, but I can see that angle coming into play tonight. Luke Kennard, let's see. Let's assess some of the shooters for the Clippers. We have Wizards Cavs coming on in a couple of minutes. Okay, so yeah, I have Reggie Jackson over 2.5 threes in this game. I lean towards the Clippers to win the game, but I didn't attach it or play that actually at this juncture. Luke Kennard's threes are a bit more difficult. I was actually looking at Terrence Mann today. Terrence Mann, it's going to be tough for both of those guys today. It's going to be tough. For Luke Kennard to continue, I don't think it's a bad bet. 2.5. I believe we anticipated it. I believe we anticipated it last game. Yeah, let's get 100 likes on the video, everyone. We have 147 people watching right now. Let's get 100 likes on the video. Let's continue. Hit the like button. It takes you about 5 seconds. We're giving out free picks, analysis, insights. Let's continue. Going to list all the picks. I'm going to be watching that T-Wolves Nets game, waiting on the Karl Anthony Towns news. A true game time decision. We got the starting lineups for the 76ers. Maxey, Curry, Green, Niang, Embiid, the usuals. No funny business with the Nets. No funny business with the Nets. They're a full go tonight. Whatever that means. No funny business with the Nets starting lineups. Waiting for Karl Anthony Towns to play. I snatched it. I'm even more suspicious right now. All right? I'm even more suspicious right now. Luke Kennard, I was just pulling up his stuff for you. Whoever said that in the chat, I just forgot. Luke Kennard. I told you about that sprinkle already, right? Everyone, Mike Conley over 2.5 threes plus 150. Yeah. Really low total for the Jazz and the Celtics as well. Strange to me. On the Lakers side of things, I'm still on the fade Lakers train. I think we're going to get a much better performance out of Westbrook tonight, though. But no play for me on the Lakers side of things for props. I'm going to have to do some more work for Lakers props. Very difficult team because of the amount of lineups that they put forth. I took the T-Wolves plus 7.5, anticipating that, it's a wrap. You guys might not want to listen to what I was saying about the T-Wolves now. All right? Karl Anthony Towns is out against the Brooklyn Nets. Gut punch. Gut punch there. So, let me just handle my business for a second. But I did take D'Angelo Russell over 3.5 threes at plus 115. So if anyone sprinkled that, that is a high quality play in my eyes. You might not get the same line now. You know? Yeah, Cat's out. We'll see what the line changes to. It's locked up right now on SportX, as you can see. So no pick right now other than D'Angelo Russell's threes over and Patty Mills' threes over. Okay, everyone? They're both 3.5 high numbers. Go light. Go light. But I like both of them to go over their threes tonight. Patty Mills more so. Just retweeting the cat news for everyone on Twitter. T-Wolves are starting Tayshaun Prince, Naz Reid. Naz Reid's starting tonight, everyone. Anthony Edwards will start though. So yeah, I like the D'Angelo Russell 3 points prop. I liked it before the Towns news. It's definitely going to remain at 3.5, but I like Patty Mills as well. We'll move on to some of the other picks. I did not list out some of the picks. So a lot of news coming in at one time. We got the Hawks starting lineup as well. Luwawu-Cabarrot, Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot will start again. I'm on Cavs first quarter. It's starting right now. Cavs first quarter +1. And Spencer Dinwiddie over 1.5 threes. Maybe some people in the chat follow the points as well. I lean towards Dinwiddie's points, 13.5, but I did not play that. The head-to-head markets. I need to dive into the head-to-head markets. There's so much going on. There's so much going on. The Thunder lost by 73 points. Clay's coming back soon. Okay, so yeah, the picks that I have so far for everyone that's joining right now, just said it. First quarter Cavs, first plus 1.5. Spencer Dinwiddie over 1.5 threes. D'Angelo Russell threes, that's a sprinkle though. Patty Mills, that's a sprinkle, both 3.5. Clint Capella over rebounds. Clint Capella over points. I sprinkled Mike Conley over 2.5 threes, that's plus 150. Reggie Jackson over 2.5 threes. Suns first quarter plus 2.5. I got the Cavs first quarter plus 1. I'll tweet those out on Twitter. The Suns one, I know it won't be popular. You guys know I'm a Suns backer, and the team, it's, I look for them in certain spots. If you're not riding, you like the Warriors, you're making a quality basketball decision. These are two excellent teams. The Suns are missing their best player. It's tough for me to take even the Suns plus 7.5. System, it's tough. I think the Warriors could cover tonight, but so I might try to get some early money with the Suns tonight plus 2.5, and the winning streak might be coming to an end tonight, everyone. Mike Fortune said even if Cat plays, the Nets will still win. Pope, no play on Pope. They lost by 73 points. I have their hat on. You have to show support for your brothers while they're down. The Thunder are down right now. Shea, that's my dog. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander does it big. Yeah, the Wolves could still cover. This Nets team plays down to their competition. The Wolves could still cover. Waiting for the new line. A lot of plays today, once again. Can't wait for college football tomorrow. The Cavs game is off to the races. We've got plus 1 pending, first quarter. Yeah, Lou Dort's my dog too. Chris Boucher, Dylan Brooks. Suns first quarter plus 2.5. I lean Chris Paul over 16.5 points. Jay Crowder threes, didn't play those. Sabonis, everyone. Sabonis is currently not on the bench for the Pacers. And the game has begun. Another sucker punch. I didn't play that game. Tonight. It's coming out tonight. Yeah, so I just listed all the plays, everyone. I listed all the plays. That's NBA betting today. I'm actually going to watch this Nets game, watch the Hawks game, get ready for the Suns and the Warriors. Let's do Twitter Spaces later before the Suns-Warriors game. We can talk about it for about 30 minutes. You already know, mob shit in all the games, Cam. They're not playing around. Sabonis didn't even come out the tunnel. Sabonis didn't even come out of the tunnel to join the team onto the court. It's crazy. So, yeah, let's do Twitter Spaces later. Join us on the chat, audio chat later. We listed all the plays. Let's see how the games go. I'll tweet some more stuff. NBA betting today again tomorrow. And yeah, I'll tweet the time out of the show. Some different times for Saturdays and Sundays. So I'll tweet out the time. Turn notifications on. If you're watching on Twitter, come over to YouTube. Turn notifications on for the channel as well for that college football pick as well. Shout out to Akbar. Come at me, bro. Thomas, HD, Cam, everybody that's been in the chat. Positivity. Ben, June, how's it going, brother? Keith Wicks, let's come out on top again today. Bet reasonably, bet within your budget. If you win 3-4 bets in a row, don't go crazy. The last couple days were crazy, but things can turn at any second. But, we're beginning to rack up results. So let's keep going. Visit sportx.bet if you're outside the U.S. Especially visit sportx.bet. Earn crypto while you bet on the games. In Reggie Jackson we trust tonight. In Reggie Jackson we trust. Yeah, nothing for Dinwiddie yet, but I'm watching the game. I'm going to turn that game on as well. Thanks for watching NBA Betting today. It's My Guy Knows a Guy on Twitter. The new line is 9. Keep your eye on this game. Anthony Edwards is still going to go hard. I'll probably look at his props, but I'm on that D'Angelo Russell over 3.5 sprinkle for the 3 points made. I'll see you guys later. Enjoy your Friday night. Enjoy your Friday night. I'm just going to relax now. Eat some food, relax, enjoy my Friday night. I'll tweet out some plays. We're having fun. It's a great time. And see you guys tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow. That was fun. In Reggie Jackson, we trust. In Clint Capella, Patty Mills. Let's go.